Kaylee Morgan was just 16. Simon Kessler was 38. Their worlds should have never collided until a series of secret online chats pulled her into a chilling game of lies, control, and disappearance. In a matter of hours, a small-town teenager vanished without a trace, leaving behind nothing but a laptop filled with disturbing conversations, and a trail of digital footprints leading straight into the shadows. What happened next would unravel a web darker than anyone imagined. Title: Teen vanishes after sick chats with men twice her age in a quiet town just outside of Portland, Oregon. 16-year-old Kaylee Morgan seemed like any other teenage girl. She had good grades, a shy smile, and a bedroom full of posters and fairy lights. She lived with her mother, a nurse who worked night shifts, and her younger brother. Kaylee wasn't popular, but she wasn't an outcast either. She was the kind of girl who slipped through the cracks, noticed by few, remembered by fewer. It all changed on a chilly Friday evening in early October. Kaylee had come home from school, gone up to her room, and never came back down. Her phone was missing. So were her sneakers and her favorite hoodie. But she left behind something far more alarming: a journal hidden behind her dresser, filled with names and usernames. All of them men, all of them much older. At first, police thought she was a runaway. But that theory didn't sit right with her mother, who insisted Kaylee had no reason to leave. Her bank account hadn't been touched. None of her friends had heard from her. There were no sightings, just silence. Detectives retrieved data from her laptop. What they found turned the case upside down. Kaylee had been active on forums and chat apps most parents had never even heard of, sites buried deep within the internet. Far from the polished world of Instagram and TikTok, she used fake names and posted photos that made her look older than she was. The logs showed hours of chats with men, some in their 30s and 40s, who called her sweetheart, angel, and worse. What started as friendly conversations quickly turned dark. One man, using the alias Gentle Lion, had chatted with Kaylee for over 3 months. He sent her money, gifts, and made vague promises about a better life. His real identity was 38-year-old Simon Kessler, a delivery driver from Spokane, Washington, a sealed juvenile record and a current address under surveillance for unrelated cybercrime activity. Just as investigators prepared to bring Kessler in, another name surfaced quite night. This user had only contacted Kaylee for 2 weeks, but the tone was more intense, more urgent. His IP traced back to an abandoned farmhouse 20 miles from Kaylee's hometown. Police rushed to the location, expecting to find nothing. What they found chilled them to the core. In the basement, hidden beneath a false floor, was a mattress, food wrappers, and Kaylee's missing hoodie. DNA confirmed she'd been there. But she wasn't now. The place was empty, abandoned in a hurry. No prints, no surveillance. Just a haunting question. Had Kaylee left willingly, or had she been taken again? Meanwhile, Simon Kessler was located and brought in. He admitted to speaking with Kaylee but denied meeting her in person. Yet forensics revealed a receipt in his car, a gas station transaction less than 5 miles from that farmhouse, made on the very night Kaylee disappeared. Still, it wasn't enough to hold him. 2 weeks passed. Then a break came, not from police, but from a 911 call placed by a woman in Eureka, California. She said a teenage girl had walked into her bookstore barefoot, dazed, and refusing to give her name. When paramedics arrived, she finally whispered one word: Kaylee, where she had been missing for 41 days. What Kaylee told detectives left them speechless. It wasn't Kessler who had taken her. It wasn't quite night either. It was another man, one who hadn't even been on the list. Someone she'd met through a live streaming app, posing as a 19-year-old college student. He was actually 47, living under a false identity, and had manipulated Kaylee into meeting him with promises of love, freedom, and adventure. He'd moved her between 3 locations across 2 states. He never physically harmed her, but the psychological manipulation was severe. Kaylee later said she didn't even realize she was in danger until it was too late. She had been made to believe she couldn't go home, that no one would want her back. The man was arrested 3 days later, attempting to cross into Canada. Kaylee is now in therapy, rebuilding her life, far from the online world that nearly destroyed her. Her case sparked a statewide initiative on digital safety and undercover sting operations targeting online predators. Dozens have been arrested, but the scars remain. In the end, Kaylee's story is a terrifying reminder. Predators don't wear warning signs, they wear usernames. Sometimes the real danger dose and tea come from the people we suspect, but from the ones we never even see.